All right, everybody, so we are here on a bright sunny day, and for many of you, whether you're a wedding portrait photographer, family photographer, senior photographer even, being outside on a day like this is almost certainly a recipe for disaster. So what to do? Well, what we're gonna do today is we are bringing in a strobe to this scene, and we're gonna technically have a two-light setup, right? So the sun is gonna act as a backlight, as you're seeing me be lit here right now. Now, I'm being filled with a reflector, but if we really wanna overpower the scene, get a nice dark blue sky, we need that strobe to bring in that power. So the strobe is gonna create fill, which is our kind of main light here, and the sun is acting as a hair or kicker light. And that's the goal for the scene. Now, what you wanna do on your camera is get your ISO as low as you can possibly go. Now, the rule for me when I'm teaching this is your camera exposes for the scene. Think about what that means for a second. Don't get all confused about how to use or work with flash. Just put the flash away, take the trigger off, and get your camera dialed in. How dark do you want the sky to be? Exposed for the sky, exposed for the scene. Then your flash, we're gonna bring in and we're gonna fill all those dark shadows on the front side of your subject. And that's the trick. So when I'm rolled up to a scene, I'm from idea, concept to shot within less than 60 seconds. And that's the key there. Remember, camera exposes for the sky, your strobe, your flash exposes for the scene. You do that, you take those two tips, put them into practice, you're gonna start creating some incredible off-camera flash portraits no matter where you are in the world. All right, everybody, so that is a wrap. Now let's deconstruct what we did here. My first location was not working out. You've all been there. You've got to learn to let go. That is the one piece of advice I can give any of you out there. Sometimes as photographers, when we see, we're like a dog with a bone. We see the scene, we see the shot in our head, we get there and it's not working. The light's not working, the wind's not working. It doesn't matter why. Let go of the shot, move on. And you saw me do that. So when we first got to the scene, the wind was blowing the wrong direction. They couldn't get their footing on the rocks they were on. We couldn't get the right angles we needed to have the light elevated. And we abandoned it and we moved to another scene. So that was very important. Now let's talk about the settings, okay? What I didn't want to do, which we could have done, is I didn't want to use high-speed sync. Now, let me tell you something. When you're working in high-speed sync, your flash has to work that much harder to overpower the sun. And so the trick to get most flashes to overpower the sun is to get down below your sync speed. So for this, we fired at f16 at about 200th of a second, and that gave us that nice dark blue sky and illuminated the couple, and it allowed the flash to recycle quick enough so that I could keep shooting. So for this scene, we had one FJ400 and one Octa-S. That's all we used, and of course a light stand to elevate the light. Now that's a key point to understand. You don't want the light coming from below. It starts looking like horror movie lighting. So we wanted that light source to be up above them to look and feel like the sun, and that's why we had the light stand for this particular one. And so with those two pieces of equipment, we were able to create a very, once again, epic looking shot for our couple so that it looks like they're on top of a mountain. We've got this beautiful blue sky. The couple pops off that background, and we were able to do that on a bright sunny day. So get out there, experiment. I promise you, off-camera flash is not as difficult as you think.